Hello. Just thought I would jump back on here. I had an idea that I needed to share with you guys in regard to how we can stop complaining. Did you realize complaining doesn't get anything done? You know, sometimes you have to jump on a situation where they said, well, just complain. You know, a squeaky, what do you do? Put oil on a squeaky wheel and it'll stop squeaking. Well, it may do a little bit more than that. I wanted to share a little passage here in this publication that I'm reading on how we can stop complaining. I'm a victim of complaining, but I'm learning that it doesn't lead to benefits, and it causes more problems in your life than if you find different solutions. So it reads, can you go one day without complaining about something? How about an hour? 30 minutes? Some days it just seems that you need to complain about everything, doesn't it? It's a normal part of being human, but when you're actively trying to raise your energy, you have to put the complaining aside. And why is that? Well, words have power, whether you're saying them out loud or whether you're chattering away inside of your head. Your thoughts flow into the universal energy just as your words do. You know, sort of like a boomerang. When you send a boomerang out, what does it do? It comes back. So same thing with your words. They may not come back immediately or at that particular moment, but sometime in life, those words are going to come back. So we have to be very particular and careful about the things that we say as well as the things that we think about. Everything you say is put out into the universe and can come back, as the publication relates, at some point in your life. This is why it's important to only say what you mean and mean what you say. This is why it's important not to gossip or participate in gossip or keep secrets. You do not need to speak out loud everything that you know, nor do you need to complain constantly in your mind. Even if you're not saying the words out loud, it's still a destructive action that gives your thoughts and words negative energy. Instead of complaining, try to look at what you want to grumble about in a different light. Can you find the silver lining? Could you look closer at a situation and maybe it's nudging you or trying to tell you it's something that you're doing that needs attention? Just look a little closer. You may find that there's a better solution than having to complain about it. Because little do you know, words will destroy things in your life that you probably have built up. It's there. You just have to wait and find it. And once you see it, you'll have something positive to say, which will bring positivity to your path. And you know the saying goes, if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. Some notes that I wrote down I would like to share with you guys. You know the parable in the Bible where uh, Jesus spoke on your words, how they justify and they also condemn. Well, every careless word is like a seed. Why Jesus said, by your words you shall be justified, and by your words you shall be condemned. You have to close the gate of idle speech to receive your requests. Stop saying the words of lack, uh, discontentment, complaining. Words actually are commands. I don't know if you know that, but in my teachings, I've learned that words are commands. And these commands are given a request. It's idle speech. And also, these words of lack are commands to your subconscious. And that's another word that you have to come into grips with. And your subconscious, it obeys without question. So whatever you have said out loud or to someone, your subconscious has to obey your words that you sent out. It's an obedient servant. How about that? It does not argue. It does not reason. It only produces. And that's why I say it's an obedient servant to you. So, you know this old saying, your wish is my command. Got to take some things, you got to break it down and really understand the meaning and get the sense of what you've just spoken. I have a list of words. I have words of lack, words that you want to probably eliminate from your vocabulary and replace them with words of positivity, so it would bring you positive feedback. So if you want a new harvest, we're talking about seeds, you're going to plant new seeds. You must begin to guard your tongue as you guard a treasure chest filled with gold, like treasures. You have to notice every phrase that crosses your lips. When you hear yourself say something against your own good, stop at once and correct it. Cancel it. That's not beneficial to you. Or ask yourself, is this word or this conversation serving me in some type of way? So yes, we are actually the people or the ones that's responsible for the things that go on in our reality. It's the way that we have created the things that we have planted in the soil of the universe that has to come back. That's what you plant is what you grow. If you plant watermelon seeds, you don't expect to get cantaloupes. Or if you plant onion seeds, you don't expect for tomatoes to come in this place. So that's why we have to be so careful about the things that we say. And not only the words that we say, but even our thoughts. You know, how are you thinking? What are you thinking about? It's a way to think as well. So if you want to have a happy, more fruitful life, you got to adjust the way you speak, the way you think. your thoughts. That's still all part of mindfulness. And as you study, at least I've been studying quite a bit, and I've learned through my teachings with New Thought, there's a whole new perspective. It's a whole new way of living your life by learning to let go of old beliefs and the thoughts and the way we were taught. And words are one of the first things that you're going to have to learn to get a handle on, because it creates more havoc in your life than it does good. Think about some of the things that you may even say. I have a few here. I don't have many, but I wanted to be able to have a cross reference, so when you say one word, then you replace it with another word. Like these would be words of lack. You said, "Oh, that always happened to me," or "I never can do this," or "I never can do that," or "I should." You should what? If you know you should, then replace it with something that's positive before you have to say "I should." And all these words we learned in school. If you recall, we wrote different things, many things with these words. So a lot of them have to be, replaced. Or you say "I can't." You can't what? Why can't you? That's not even should be in your vocabulary. It's too late. Or "I'm not good enough. That's just the way I am." Well, that's just the way you are, because you don't want to change. And you like living the way that you're living. You don't want to live or be happy. So, and that's your choice. You know, no one else ever going to put a knife in your back or make you change the way that you're living or the way you're thinking, or, what's pleasing to you in your life. It's your life, and it's your free will. You have a choice to live and do the way you want. What if? "I'm fine." And this is a great big one. Well, it is what it is. It is what? When you have the opportunity to change and make things greater in your life. God give you that ability. It's a God-given gift to change just by your thoughts and your words. And try it sometime. "I don't belong." Oh, I tried that before. Before, sometimes people can tell you things out your mouth. Oh, I tried that before. That is so irritating for somebody to say that to you, and you have not even given your own self a chance, and you've cut the person off right mid-sentence. And you know why? Because you have to change your way of thinking. You have to change your mindset, and you have to learn how to listen. There's power in listening as well. Sometimes silence brings you more opportunities than opening your mouth. So these were just some of the words I wanted to share with you guys to kind of start paying attention to your conversations when you're speaking, because what your tongue is powerful. What you send out, it comes back. If you send out something positive, positivity, it comes back. And when you send out something that's negative, you're going to receive that negative vibe that you sent out into the universe. Because remember, we are frequency. We live on frequency. Even with your music, isn't music frequency? Don't you receive different feelings and vibes from different songs and the words that people are saying, or the lyrics that they're saying in their songs? Pay attention to what's going on in your life, because most of us have been programmed so heavily to not pay attention to what's going on. But anyway, I just wanted to share with you about uh, not to be complaining, because complaining is not going to solve the problems. We have to find a different solution, and that is to go to source, go within, be thankful, be grateful, pray, say your affirmations, write things that you're thankful for, 5 to 10 things. And just for a challenge, maybe write down 3 to 4 things or 3 to 4 words that you know are not positive. Like, one is I can't. And then you're going to ask yourself, why can't you? And then you can come back, leave it in your comment, or we'll come back again and catch up on that another day and time. But just remember, always say something positive. Always let your words be seasoned with salt, and your day and life will be more fulfilling and happy. So thanks for listening, and I'll talk with you guys later. Love you. Bye.